Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. I go through the revolution. Feed the babies who don't have enough to eat. Shoe the children with no shoes on their feet. House the people living in the street. Oh, there's a solution. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. Right through the revolution. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. Right through the revolution. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to Grind like that to shine like this in a matter of time I spent on some locked up shit in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game and I said yeah I do. If you want it you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she tryna bless me like I said I chew. Like a nigga sneeze, nigga please for them trick and squeeze, I'm getting cream. Never let them hoes get in between of what we started. Little nigga, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated when I departed. I go and get it regardless. Draw it like I'm an artist, no crawling. Went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages. All foreign bitches menaging, fucking sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got him, got him. I did it without an album. I did shit with Mariah. Little nigga, I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly nigga, I'm flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey, to rest in peace. Hey, to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my niggas, then what you talking about? Gangsters move in silence, nigga, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. I don't say a word, was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Fuck nigga, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented. Flexing on these niggas, I'm like Popeye on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type of can the men cast and grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new bitch, she'll ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands strapped on my toes. Cause these niggas want me dead, and I gotta make it back home. Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. These niggas try to take my life, they fuck around, get killed. You fuck around, you fuck around, you fuck around, get smoked. Cause these Philly niggas I bought with me don't fuck around, no joke. No, all I know is murder. When it come to me, I got young niggas that's rolling. I got niggas throwing bees. I done did the DOS, I done did the KODs. Every time I'm in that bitch, I get to throwing 30 G's. But now I'm hanging out that drop head, I'm riding down no collar. They let my nigga earn back home, that young nigga be wildin'. We young niggas, we mobbing, like Batman and Wood Robin. This two-door Maybach with my seat on reclining. I'm like, real nigga, what up? Real nigga, what up? If you ain't about that murder game, then pussy nigga, shut up. If you dip me in your rats, I get your pussy ass stuck up. When you touch down in my hood, no, that tour life ain't good. Catch me down in MIA, at that heat game on wood. With that Puma life on my feet, like that little engine I could. Boy, I slide down in your block, bike on 12 o'clock. And they be throwing deuces, I'm the same nigga they watch. And I'm the king of my city, cause I'm still calling them shots. And these lanes talking that bullshit, the same niggas that flop. I'm the same nigga from First Street with them that braids that lock. The same nigga that came up and I had to wait for my spot. And these niggas hating on me, hoes waiting on me. Still on that hood shit, my Rolls Royce on E, they gon' remember me. I say remember me. So much money, your friends turn to your enemies. And when this beef, I turn my enemies to memories. With them bricks, they go for 40, ain't no 10 the key. Hold up, broke nigga turn rich. Love the game like Mitch. And if I leave you, they ain't dumb pretty hoes gon' still suck my dick. It was something about that rollie when it first touched my wrist. Had me feeling like that dope boy when he first touched that brick. I'm gone. Woo!
Phil in the soup?
I
I would never do that. Not enough flavor.
It's like a very fresh, light, tasty chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, classic fucking British food tastes like nothing. Don't worry, it's gonna be milky pussy pasta. It's not gonna have that squelch that you're looking for, chef. Because I'm tired of buying cream, chef.
What's that mean? What does that mean? I'm tired of buying cream.
Figured that I could make my own cream.
So you decided to sabotage my dish!
I had to stop injecting bleach because my boobs got too big. You know how you get a recipe and you're like, where's the fucking recipe? I was a little girl. Like, no, where's the recipe? This is Sunday night dinner and a movie. This is the one stream a week that I ask you, in particular, to not be an asshole. Not today. Not on the Lord's Day. The Lord being me. Okay? I am the Lord. This is the Lord's Day. Ah! Wow.
Quinn dance, Quinn dance, Quinn dance, Quinn dance, movie Tim.
If it goes crazy, this is my, this is my Philly look. Because I'm going to make a cheesesteak. This playlist is called Philly. Okay. Here's what I'm going to say. Obviously, this has been insane. Okay, no, the movie actually has nothing to do with Philly. Because I didn't just, okay. All right. I picked a film. First, I picked the film. Sometimes I pick what I'm cooking, and then I'll pick film, and I'll do a whole theme. But I picked the film, and I like had everything ready to go, and then I was like, fuck, I gotta pick what I'm gonna fucking make! So I was like, I'm gonna make a fucking cheesesteak. So then I got really into like the Philly theme. I don't know. And of course was having so many tech problems. This is what always happens is like I start off early in the day. I'm like, all right, let me get things ready so I'm not scrambling last second. And then shit always breaks and doesn't work. And shout out to Nico for jumping on with me. And then after he helped me with an issue, there were still problems. So then I was figuring it out. I swear to God, it's always dinner and a movie. The tech issues, man. So I'll tell you a little later on what we're watching, but I just have to say something before we get into making what we're gonna make tonight. I texted Nandre. Well, Nandre texted me first, and then I sent him a picture of the bread that I got for the Philly cheesesteaks, and I will tell you what his response was. His response was, don't travel to Philly for a lil, or don't publish the VOD on the East Coast. And I was like, it's that bad, huh? So I may or may not endanger my life tonight by having chosen to make a Philly cheesesteak, which is considered by many to be the sandwich of all time. And I was learning through my research, there's a lot of like cheesesteak infighting. A lot of cheesesteak infighting. And it gets really heated. People get really intense about it. The type of bread you use, whether or not you use green pepper, the kind of cheese. Like, this may cause riots in Philly. It may. In the same way that clip of me has... the clip of me talking about the problem on the left, it seemed to kind of cause an avalanche this week. The same thing may happen, but in Philly. Philly might burn because of what happens here tonight. Yeah, the cheesesteak infighting is maybe about to reach a pressure point. So anyway, hi everyone. Let me say hello. Let me say hello. How are you doing? How are we doing? Jax, thank you for the 30 months. Juggling Dough, thank you for the 12 months. I will have you know, in my research, I was Googling how to do a Philly accent. And the one thing I learned is that, like, water is like water, ice. Like a water and ice, you know, like a glass of ice. You say water and ice. Like, they just don't pronounce a lot of consonants, I guess. Like, there's no enunciation of things. It's like, and everything you call a John. Remember. Hey, hand me that John. Hand me that John. Water. What are those? Like, I think you kind of just want to, if you adopt the slurring of words, if you adopt slurs, then you've got the Philly accent down. If you can, like, kind of like you're drunk slurring your words, I think that can help. I think it can help with the accent. Noted. Slurs. Juggling Dough, thank you for the 12 months. Orkbon, thank you for 21 months. Boot, thank you for 24 months. Hannah, thank you for 11 months. Uza Freebit, thank you for the prime. Yeah, let's look at an example here. Okay, let's get us...
Right.
Hear anything? Smell anything?
Dude,
get
so
us
I was passed out and I
was
woke up
pissed.
to nothing but text messages, phone calls. I had no idea what was going on, man. I got dressed, I came out, I look down and I smell like a smoky smell, and I'm like, damn, dude. So it's crazy.
When you
Like,
came out and saw it,
Yeah.
did you know what was happening yet, or did it just look like a fire?
Well, no. So I got all those text messages, screenshots. I'm like, everybody's like, yo, where's this at? Like, nobody had like a direct like location.
I'm gonna be so for real. I am so confused by the Philly accent still.
So I was
It's like sometimes they sound almost Australian and British and Southern at the same time.
look out my window, I see a bunch of cops. I'm like, bro, that's right by my apartment.
So when did you figure out and realize that the freeway collapsed, the northbound side?
They do a
dude,
weird.
I was passed out when that happened. When I walked out, and I saw the videos. Actually, I saw videos and stuff.
So you saw it.
Yeah, so
Saw
I
the
didn't
video-
realize like
saw the videos.
from my own personal experience, like seeing it or hearing it, but like I saw it through videos. And then when I walked out and saw everything, I was like, oh yeah, it was right there. So
Show the videos. The accent. Fun fact: the accent is also referred to as having hoagie mouth. Cool. Having hoagie mouth. All right, so the Philly cheesesteak. The Philadelphia cheesesteak. Just hammer a case of Bud Light. I know, I was thinking about pounding. I was thinking about like chugging a Coors Light. Like maybe I should. Like if I what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Shotgun. I think if I start off by shotgunning a Coors Light and then then I try to make this. Are you okay? No, Sundays I'm always crazy. I'm always insane. Let me find on TikTok. Okay, let me find a Philly. Hello. Okay, no, I don't want users. How many users are there named Philly cheesesteak? Why are there multiple TikTok users named Philly cheesesteak? Philly cheesesteak short video. I know, I'm sorry. I woke everybody up. I just want like okay.
Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. Start with
see,
a partial.
everybody does it different. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not even gonna watch any of this because I'm doing it my way. I'm doing it my way. I used to be, but now I'm filibuster. It's a great name. Hogan, thank you for the Hogan. Thank you for the gifted sub. Okay. Well, I'm a little bit behind, so I want to get started. Supposed to start at 5:30 and be careful not to piss off Philly. Oh, I know. This could end up being me. I know. If this makes its way to Philly, I'm going to end up like Hitchbot. They're just going to beat the shit out of me. Doug Glut, thank you for the prime. Okay. I think we should just get started. Sounds like you're drifting between Boston, Australian, and Canadian. Like I said, it's very confusing. Very, very confusing. Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
All the small things, true care, truth brings. I'll take one lift, you're right, best trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show.
think it should be ready to go. Should be ready. Oh! Started a war in your home. Well, I hope they liked it. Maddie, thank you for the 28 months. Why am I looking at... It's Girl Fury. Okay, it's not Guy Fury, it's Girl Fury. Alright, let's switch over. Maybe? Hello? Okay. Fuck, I forgot to take this out. Okay, wait, that's fine. Okay. Now, I'll pull up. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. Good. Okay, let's see. East Coast vibes. What kind of playlist do I want? No, it should not glorp. It should not glorp because I fixed a bunch of things. And if it glorps, then I'm just gonna light everything on fire. I'm just gonna blow it all up. Okay. Check. Check. Okay. Hello, hello. Okay.
Gwen Farge Wave, Gwen Farley Dance, Gwen Farley Dance.
Phaedron, thank you for the 20 months. The talking into the iPad. Okay. All right, we should be good on mic. Okay. Test, 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 test. Test, test. Seems like everything's working good. Okay, now, all right. Nobody
Gwen Farley
scream.
Dance 2 years, Gwen Farley Dance.
Nobody freak out. Okay, wait, let me check one thing. Still sounds like all sound devices, microphone. Okay, that is currently in use. Audio enhancements off. Audio enhancements off. Not gonna be better. Hello. Rain Rodriguez, thank you for the 9 months. John Michael, thank you for the 24 months. Is that better? Okay. All right. Much better, chef. Ah, thank fucking God. Y'all, when I tell you how much goes into this goddamn cooking stream, there is always, it really is a one-woman show, okay? It's a one-woman show. And by the time, got the Johns fixed. By the time I get to cooking, I'm like, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who cares? Okay. I know, I kind of look like Philly Karate Kid. It's kind of giving Philly Karate Kid.
Looking Ravishing Queen, wanted to let you know I was named after the first Shrek movie. Much love, heart hands emoji.
Fiona, thank you for the 7 months. You were named after the first Shrek movie? All right, so this is freaking freezing cold. This is freezing cold, but I feel like in order to make this cheesesteak, I have to drink this. Do it, lady. It's going to cause me a lot of pain. It's going to be very painful. Okay. So today, if you're just getting here, we're making Philly cheesesteak. Shit. Oh. Okay. I did get ribeye. You look like you're gonna ask every woman at the party where my where my hug at? Oh, where my hug at? Where my hug at? No pain, no gain. That's true. That's freaking true, dude. It's freaking true. Okay. The fit is absolutely not a hint to the movie, I will tell you. I will tell you. So I got sliced ribeye for the doubters, for the haters. But this is where we go wrong. Okay, this is where things really fall off a cliff. Because there were not a lot of bread options. So this is what I got. It's artisan style sausage and brat buns. I already feel I'm gonna be assassinated. This is absolutely not the bread that you should have for a Philly cheesesteak. It's like brioche. And it's a bun like this. What you really want are, you need like hoagie rolls. You need hoagie sandwich rolls. So if you're from Philly, or I don't know, you have really strong feelings about Philly cheesesteak, you need to look away. You need to look away because this is what we got. Just don't look. If you know what's good for you. Is that a hot dog bun? Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Nope. Not even a baguette. So this is what we got. Okay, let me show you a close up.
Shame.
If you've ever had a Philly cheesesteak, you know that this is not right. Okay, it's already. All right, I'm just gonna put that over here. Okay. Let's make sure that we have everything else we need. Okay. Let's. We need use the knife for the onion. Did I just get a raid? Who's here? Who's here? Rhizome! Thank you. Hey, thanks for the raid, buddy. Hey, thanks for the raid. Everybody, welcome in. Welcome in. Today we're making Philly cheesesteak. I don't want to hear none of your shit. This is a Philly cheesesteak day. Thank you so much for Easter. We owe you a lot right now. Look, I said this earlier. Well, also I want to be clear that there have been people who've been saying what I've been saying. It's just like this week, that particular clip caused kind of an avalanche in a good way. But it's quite possible that whatever happens here tonight with me making a Philly cheesesteak for the first time with bread that is absolutely not the bread you're supposed to use, it could cause riots in Philly. So I could be responsible for Philly burning down. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, no, I know this for a hot dog. There were not a lot of options, okay? Great. Philly had a good run. That's it. I am going to toast the buns. So I'm going to start this off at... We're gonna go 350. All right, so we're doing 350 on the oven. Yeah, I spent the stream showing people who else is out here on Twitch in the non-white, non-man world. It was great. Thanks for inspiring people to come forward. All love to you, dude. And I always hope for the best, which is exactly the attitude that I have for tonight's cooking stream when I make Will Neff's one of his favorite things, which is a Philly cheesesteak. So that's also why I'm doing this. Why is this so thick? Oh, it's because it's plastic. Oh, my bad. No, tree Philly. Tree Philly. I don't even know how this Philly accent goes, so it's gonna morph and change. Okay. All right, so we have sliced ribeye. Looks like this. Okay, hopefully it's good. Hopefully this works. All right, so here's how this is gonna go. A lot of people are gonna get pissed off tonight. I don't give a fuck. Okay, so it should be relatively simple. I am using this recipe off New York Times Cooking. Everyone say New York Times, boo. But I think I'm just gonna just be like, fuck it. I think this is one of those dishes that you just do, you know? So there, as I said, there's a lot of drama within the Philly cheesesteak community. There's a lot of infighting over whether you use green peppers or not. I did get a green pepper. I may or may not use it depending on if I don't want to cut it. But I will be using an onion, okay? I will be slicing the onion. And I won't be using any eyewear because I'm from Philly. I'm not a bitch. and I am not a bitch. Okay, I'm not a bitch. Alright, so we don't use none of that shit that they use on the West Coast. Okay, and then cheese. I got provolone. Now, there's a lot of debate over the cheese. But I don't care. And then I think that's it. So first we start off. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I don't have a login for this, so give me 1 second. I have to. I have to archive this New York Times recipe. Remove steak from the freezer, heat a large skillet over medium heat, then add the oil and onions, sprinkle with a pinch of salt, and cook the onions, stirring every few minutes until... Okay, so that's easy. Great. All that's missing from your outfit is the fuckboy laugh. What's the fuckboy laugh? Like, hit, 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 hit. Okay, but as I said, I think the first step to making a Philly cheesesteak is you have to shotgun a beer. This is freezing cold Coors Light. It's gonna be really painful. But again, I'm from Philly, and I'm not a little bitch. So we're gonna start off this way. So, first we're gonna poke a hole. Oh my god. Okay, I think I must have shaken this a little bit. Okay, this is really exploding. I need to make the hole fairly big to chug. It's gonna be King there. Thank you for the gifted sub. I don't drink Bud Light because I'm not a woke little bitch. Don't do it for free. Make it 20 subs. Okay. Actually, I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I'm not gonna shotgun this beer. But I will do it. But I will do it if Hi. Oh, did you shower? Yeah. Okay. There's never any towel. I have towels in the thing. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing it for subs because I'm gonna do it anyway.
Caught.
There's towels in my closet. That's Smurf account. Thank you for the 28 months. I have so many towels over there. You'll get banned for doing drugs or alcohol for subs. Shit, that's a bummer because I was gonna do 50 subs for a little bit of heroin, but I guess I won't do that anymore. Just a little bit, just a tiny bit, but I guess I won't do that. So never mind. We're going back to the original plan, which is I'm doing this because I'm from Philly. I'm doing this because I'm from Philly. 100 subs to cook some crack. Well, now we're getting ideas. Also, I am don't listen to my comment, I'll do it for subs. I am not somebody who's good about being motivated by money. I do things for the love of the game.
Woo dinner in a movie is the best Sunday
Kadabra,
tradition.
thank you for the 25 months. I just do it for the love of the game, and that's how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna go over here because I'm gonna go away from the electronics. So, step one to making a Philly cheesesteak is you have to shotgun a beer. Unless you have drinking problems, and then don't do that, obviously. Maybe a glass of water you can shotgun. So brave. It's dead. Oh. Wait, was that off camera? Oh my god. That wasn't even on the camera? Shit. Didn't actually see anything. Fuck. Did you see it on the camera, Will?
Close enough.
You heard it? All right. We'll do another one halfway through. But I worry if I do it right now that I'm not gonna get started on this Philly cheesesteak at all. So let's professional. I have to do one for each cheesesteak I'm making. Wait, let me look at the clip. I have to do one for each cheesesteak I'm making. And I'm making 2. Let me see. Fuck, why can't I click on the clip? Hold on. Will you link that again so I can pull it up on my phone? With that tiny ass bread. Y'all, I promise you that it is gonna work out. Clip is broken? Shit, why is it just me or I can't click on it? We couldn't find that clip? Have I already been banned? Why does it say we can't? It just doesn't work. It's just broken. Dozello, thank you for the prime. Fuck Twitch. Are clips off? No. It just... The clip does not exist. Twitch is too woke. It won't let us clip off-cam beer drinking. Here's an entree. Okay. Okay, that clip works. He's screaming. He's just screaming. It's the breaking. It's Walter White in the car just screaming. Hogan, thank you for the gifted sub. Hank! Hank! I literally made a clip right before that works. Yeah. So stupid. All right. Let me at least cut this onion, okay? Let me cut the onion. We're gonna get to the movie. We will. Okay, we're gonna slice this up. Because remember, we're making Philly cheesesteak. Here's what I am gonna tell you. All right, I will make a guarantee. Who wants to make a bet with me? Is that allowed? I bet you that Will is gonna think this Philly cheesesteak actually slaps. Okay, I bet you the Philly cheesesteak that I serve him, the Philly cheesesteak that I serve Will Neff, he is going to love. He is gonna love. What do we want to bet? What should we bet? No, he's gonna be like, now that's a Philly cheesesteak. Bread and all. If chat wins, you watch Shrek 2. You guys, where even is Shrek 2? Okay, fine. If Will has a problem with the Philly cheesesteak, if he's the Philly cheesesteak that I give him, if he's like, this is the wrong bread. This doesn't taste good, whatever. Then 5 push-ups. I cannot watch Shrek 2. Then I will we will one day watch Shrek 2 if it ever becomes available on the platforms that we use. Or we could do it in Discord. How about that? Okay. So that's if he thinks I really fucked up. That's if he's like, this Philly cheesesteak that you served me is really fucked up. Okay. I just posted a screen recording the shotgun clip in of the shotgun and clips channel on Discord. Okay, hold on. Clips. Oh my god, Twitch clips. Let me see. Okay, wait, that really is off camera. Brother! No, I just needed to see how off camera it is. It's really off camera. It's like completely off cam. could not have been more off camera if I was just like totally gone. Okay. Dude. Okay, all right. It was Patrick Bateman is the idea of a shotgun. All right, when I come back, we will be cutting the onion. Okay. Now, we want this to be thinly sliced. So, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna get through it. And I'm not gonna use anything for my eyes, and my eyes aren't even gonna water at all, because I'm from fucking Philly. I'm from Philly and we're not little bitches. Our eyes don't water when we cut onions. Like Cutie Cinderella earlier, that little bitch. I watched when she was cutting an onion, and her eyes were watering. They were watering. She's a little bitch. But not me. But not me. But not me. She was trying to farm subs off her tears. Pathetic. It's so pathetic. This knife isn't even sharp at all. It's so dull. I couldn't even kill someone with this. This is a weak knife, but it's because I don't need a sharp knife. My eyes are totally fine. I've never cried one time in my life. I can tell by the sound. Never cried at all. Not even when I watched Up. And I love that movie. Because crying is for little bitches, you know? If you see my eyes reacting, it's just because I'm so happy. I didn't even cry coming out of the womb. Same. I'm just so happy because I love Philly so much. I love Philadelphia. It's my home. Tropical, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I didn't even cry when the old lady dropped the fox off in the woods. That's how tough I am. That's how tough I am. I don't even cry at this song. Fuck Mr. Brightside. Kiss, how could it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Okay, I think the onions are ready to go. Oh no, are we glorping? Oh no. Are we glorping? Shit. Let me turn this on. I'm so tough, I wrestled the 3 bears and drop kicked Goldilocks out the window. Yeah, fuck her. It's a woke lib. Okay, everyone, so, oh no, oh no. All right, the onions have been cut, and I did not cry.
Crying is for little babies.
Next up, we're gonna...
We need some salt.
Okay. I need some salt. Where's the fucking salt? Where's the fucking salt? Salt. Okay. Alright. Chuck Norris's child refuses to venture into Philly.
One time I...
What is this shit? Are we fully glorped? Will it reset? You have more time? I don't know. I don't know! I thought I fixed it! I thought I fixed it, man! Fuck this! Okay. It's the Shrekkening! Well, you guys got your Shrek too.
You got your Shrek too.
Fucking hell! Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. If I do this. Shit! That fixed it? I couldn't help myself. Oh, I thought you did that, Hoss? Oh, I thought that, I didn't even know you did that. Okay. God damn it! Okay, we're just gonna have to... We're just gonna have to proceed. We're gonna have to get through this like we did last time. Okay. Fucking fuck! Alright.
Alright, everyone.
Okay. Okay. What is happening? Why is stuff opening on my computer? What is happening on my computer?
Literally, things are just opening up right now.
I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna make this. I don't know. I'm not following
a recipe anymore.
I'm just kind of doing it. I have it a pan. Okay. Now. There's some cooking. Something is going on with my computer. Wait, is that Nico? Is it overheating? I don't know. Everything is just like breaking. There's all these things that are popping up. Fuck this. Philly is hacking the stream. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Philly sends its regards. Fuck. Where is... Wait, oh Nico, you were in my computer. Your internet's scuffed? Dude, I hooked it up via Ethernet. I don't understand. Okay, I had no idea that was you in my computer. I thought I was just doing things. I didn't know you were around. I just straight up thought, oh shit. I straight up thought you were, I just tuned in and saw Shrek, so I figured I might as well. Bro, I don't understand, because last time I was using the Wi-Fi and it was fucked. This time I hooked it up directly via Ethernet. And I thought it was better. The internet making stream lag because the audio issues because it's trying to catch up. Bro. Why is this? Why? 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 Fucking onions! Bro. Are you on Wi-Fi still? No, I turned the Wi-Fi off. I don't know. All right, Nico, thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys. So, we're cooking the onions right now. But I have to shotgun another beer because I think it's the only way that I'm going to get, these Philly cheesesteaks done. Why is Andre in generational despair about the sandwich? Just watch for like 5 seconds, okay? All right. This is crazy. Oh. Okay, these are kind of burnt, but I think that's okay. All right, so next up. Oh wait, I need to put salt on this. Shit. Okay. Where's my pepper? I'm just like burping. Ah, shit. I don't know if I have. Where's my pepper? Mofo. Mofo! Allspice. Nandre, can I just use Anon, thank you for the gifted sub. Where's the fucking pepper? Bro! Frick. Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna throw on, Can I do lemon pepper? I don't know where the fucking pepper is. Where's the lamb sauce? Where's the lamb sauce? My advice? Okay. Get a new ID. Brother, I need... All right. Okay, I'm gonna show you these. Here you go. Here's the onions. Yo!
Oh my. Caroline, what heat do you have the pan on?
It's medium high!
Alright, here's my advice to you. Okay?
Yeah.
The greatest myth in cooking of all time was that pans need to be really hot.
Okay.
Okay? Lower heat means it takes more time for it to get. Alright? The reason your onions are burnt is because it's too hot.
I thought you kind of wanted it a little burnt, though.
I don't disagree. I think some aggressive caramelization provides a little depth of flavor. I mean, taste it. That's always what you gotta go by. It's by taste. Does it taste good?
I mean, it tastes like... I mean, it's like it's an onion.
Listen, if it doesn't taste bad, you're in a good place.
Okay. I have no idea where my stupid pepper is.
I thought you said you were gonna do the pepper because cutting a pepper is hard.
No. The black pepper. It says I need black pepper, but all I have is lemon pepper.
What do you mean? You only have lemon pepper. You skipped black pepper and you went straight to the seasons.
I don't know what to do.
Oh my God! You're like riding a unicycle while you're cooking or some shit. I don't fucking know what the fuck is happening over there. It's a goddamn war zone.
I know.
Your foot's been sitting in a puddle for months and it's swollen and it might fall off. I don't know if I can help you. You might be beyond help.
Listen, it's all gonna turn out, okay? Because I shotgun 2 beers, and so it's gonna work.
Well, then I think you should add the lemon pepper to the onions and just send it.
Okay.
I think you need to lean into the chaos. That's what I think. I think you need to lean into the chaos. You need to say, fuck Philadelphia, and say, this isn't a cheesesteak. This is a Kron steak. This is a fucking Caroline Kron steak. And you're going to eat it, and you're going to fucking like it because I cooked it for you.
That's right, baby. That's right.
That's the real Philly attitude.
That's the fucking Philly attitude. This is a Quan steak. And you know what? I'm looking to cause some trouble.
Yeah, and I definitely would have cooked meat with onions, to be honest.
Wait. All right, I gotta do. Hold on, I gotta do the meat now. Add them to the pan over.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You
Okay.
got this.
Okay. I'm putting the heat.
Bye.
I'm putting the heat back on. Okay, bye. What the fuck? Why isn't this working? Why? It's just gas. It's just gas. I'm gonna end up gassing myself. But. Okay. Nice. All right. We're gonna have to switch to the back one, maybe? I don't know. All right, hold on. Okay, there we go. Good trick. Whoever said take the pan off. Whoever said take the pan off, that's a good move. All right. Okay. So, do I need to pull the meat slices? Okay. Enter the pan. All right, they're rolled up, so I think I gotta unroll them. Let's try this. Oh! Okay, the meat is going in the pan, y'all. It's going in the pan, and we want it for like 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Okay. Should I just air fry it like I did last time? When we air fried the, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. We're just throwing it in. This is a lot of meat. I don't know it's only 1 pound and it called for 2 pounds. I bet they're going to taste fire. Do it, lady. It is going to taste fire. Have faith. Have faith. Have faith. Okay. Okay, let's move this around. Move it around town, baby. Okay. I told Will not to eat dinner because I have dinner for him. I was like, I'm cooking tonight.
Go dang OG's cookity a meatball.
Sulio, thank you. I was like, I got something good coming up for ya, baby. You know, I think he's just he's really burnt out. He has, he's just been working hard, so I wanted to make him one of his favorite things, which is a Philly cheesesteak. And I'm putting a lot of love into it. Putting a lot of love. Yeah. Honestly, can't miss, you know? I feel like when you put love in, you can't go wrong. Clear eyes, full hearts, whatever. Can't lose that shit. Okay, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm just gonna throw it all in there. Great. Okay. Okay. Woo! Woo! A dash of love, couple shotgun beers. That's what it's all about, you know? Okay, so we're just kind of moving this meat around. Ooh, shit. Beware of adding too much love. It can cause a dangerous chemical reaction. No such thing. No such thing as adding too much love. Yeah, no, this is gonna be something special. Okay. Yeah, all right. Okay, let's see what we got. Didn't we already listen to this stupid song? It's gonna be something. Okay, so when the meat is mostly cooked but still a little pink, season with salt and pepper. I don't freaking have the pepper I need, but we'll do this. Throw some big time salt on there. Big time salt. Big time. Big time. Okay. Nandre, if you're watching, I think it's coming together, buddy. I think you're gonna wish that you were Will Neff eating this delicious Philly cheesesteak, brother. 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 All right. Okay, I think we're gonna then once. Okay, I need to get the bread. Here's the bread. Here's the bread. We want to put it. So here's a little extra trick I'm gonna do. I'm going off book. I'm gonna put some butter on the bread and then toast it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. Meanwhile, okay. All right, let's do that. Let's put some butter on this. All right, I hope everybody in Philly is watching this so y'all know how to make a real fucking cheesesteak. So that you know how this shit is done. Okay. All right. So we'll throw some butter on these loaves. Okay. I'm from Philly. This is making me die of pleasure. Because you wish you were getting one of these. West Philly loves you, Queen. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. Okay, I think this is ready to be thrown in. All right. Ooh. Okay. Right. The nice thing about this recipe, minimal mess. Minimal mess. All right, so I have my onions in with my meat. And we are just kind of moving things around. Oh, but I need to throw these. Do I not have a stupid ass? Where's my pans? Where? Okay, I don't know where my pans are. Okay, we're just gonna throw this onto here. Okay. Just like that. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. All right. Oh, shit. Okay. I honestly have no idea if this is done, but I do know I have to put the cheese on. Sam was legit complaining to you about your lack of pans. No, I know. I know I have at least one, but I have no idea. I don't know what you made, but it ain't right. Do it anyway, lady. We're doing it. We're doing it. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. 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 I think we're almost done. Don't forget the rolls. I won't. All right, here's the cheese. This is our provolone. We're gonna throw that on top. So you want to separate this out. Okay. I'm gonna throw. Yum. Great. Great. So I'm taking the provolone and I'm throwing it onto. Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do one extra. I'm gonna do one extra cheese for each. There we go. All right, how long has the bread been in there? We're usually just screaming anyway. Okay, great, great. Okay, I think we're almost done. I think we're almost ready to go. Oh! Okay. All right, so now this is the part where we take the meat and the cheese and we go boom. Turns the meat onto the hoagie, slice in half. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me just kind of. Okay. Let me text Will and tell him. Your dinner is ready. Can you try it real quick? Okay, he's coming. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. So here is see that melting cheese? Looks fire. Looks really fire. See that? Here we go. I know it might annoy Will, but I'm giving y'all permission. And if he's mad, tell him to take it up with me. I texted him. He hasn't responded yet. So if you want to tell him that this is ready, this is, I got it. Is it melted enough? We're gonna do this. See? See? There we go. Boom. 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 What the hell? What the frick? What the heck? What's going on? happening? I don't know. What's happening? Somebody, let me fix this. Hold on. Hold on. Philly sends its fucking regards. Jesus. Jesus. Okay, wait. Okay, we're back. Oh my God, I thought Philly was coming for me. Okay, Will's coming. He's ready for his sandwich. Okay. Whew. All right. I don't know. A lot of things have been happening tonight. You do? Okay. Are you ready for this? So I know you love Philly cheesesteak, and I know you've been sad and like burnt out. So tonight, I made you a Philly cheesesteak.
Why are you're doing it in a way that I think there's something weird about it?
No, just try it. Tell him, because I told him, I was like, he's gonna love it. They were like, oh, your freaking bread. Oh.
No, the bread's good. Bread looks good.
No, the bread looks good, huh?
Okay. Did you use Whiz or did you use American? Is this provolone? Okay. That's good. Why?
That's good, huh? Tell the chat.
Are you tricking me? Is it vegan?
No, it's a look at it.
I feel like there's a twist.
Look, tell them that the bread.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's really good.
And I definitely made this because everybody saw me make this.
Did you order a cheesesteak?
No, I made it.
I feel like there's a twist. No, it's a good cheesesteak. I mean, there are some things that are unusual.
What's unusual?
Provolone.
No, provolone's how it goes. Provolone's how it goes.
Provolone's how it goes.
Provolone's how it goes. Hogan, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Hogan. Told y'all.
What do you mean provolone's
how it goes? This is a cheesesteak. No, tell everybody what's on it.
Steakums, definitely.
Okay.
These are steakums.
Okay.
That's classic. Provolone cheese, onions, peppers. Why are you doing this? It's good.
Wait, what, huh? Why are people saying the bread is different? No! Look at all my ingredients that I used here. No. I made it.
Did you order a
No, I didn't. I made it. No.
What is this?
That was from earlier.
What is this?
That was, I don't know.
What happened? Why not just give me
I made you a cheesesteak. I said to my chat, the cheesesteak that I give Will Neff, he's gonna like.
I want to try yours.
What do you mean that is mine?
This one's close. Your meat is way better. Your meat's better. It's got no tweeter. It's got no I know.
Oh no, not the Neff sauce. Oh no.
Poor man's high note.
Will, you are gonna get us killed. We're gonna be killed.
Don't listen to them.
Oh, it's not them. It's Philly. It's Philly.
Philly will kill you for just existing. I mean, Philly puts whiz on their cheesesteak.
I fear I'm going to die.
That's better than that now. Sorry.
That with ketchup?
Yeah, you need some acidity. Now try that one. What? Which you like that one better? You did a good job. You're too tough on yourself.
I think the ketchup's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Uh-oh. Philly's coming for Will right now. So, Tom, what do you think of
It's
both
good.
of my Philly cheesesteaks?
Listen, this is more like classic cheesesteak, but Steakums is like the lowest quality meat you go have. And this is clearly Steakums. This, the meat is really good. Provolone's better. Onions are good. On this, if you're gonna do it again, I would use whiz, like Pat's and Geno's.
Cheese whiz?
Okay, for the Philly heads in here, for the Philly people, they all use Cheese Whiz at like the institutions. Pat's and Geno's are like cheesesteak institutions. They all use Whiz.
I thought that was crazy though.
No, that's if you want to appease the psychotic Philadelphia crowd, that's what they use. They use Cheese Whiz.
Wow.
Yeah. See, go back.
But you're happy. You're happy.
You did a great job.
You're happy?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You don't have to do this. I like your cooking.
Well, I made that too.
You allowed a chat to gaslight you and they couldn't even taste what was going on.
I made it with love.
Thank you.
Do you taste the love?
Yep.
There's a lot more meat too if you want some.
That's fabulous.
Well, everybody. I think we did it. I think I did it. Love wins. It does. A win's a win. I did it, lady. I did it, lady. Kaylin, I did not swap out the sandwiches. Hush. Hush. I don't know how that Jersey Mike's... I don't know how that wrapper got there. Maybe it was Farley. Maybe he ordered it. I will still say to this day, I will stand on it. I never resurfaced nothing. Hogan, thank you. Thank you for another sub. And to all those who did not believe. To all those who did not believe. Well, I've got something for you. Fuck you! And I just want to state for legal purposes, that this is obviously cosplay. I am not trying to be an actual Philly
How
person.
can we trust you now? You recognize your broken
I just
stream.
want to say, for anybody from Philly, anybody who's partial to cheesesteaks, this was an act of theater. This is performance art. So please do not come for me. But if you do, I have something for you as well. All right. That's it. Brightside News, thank you for 16 months. That's all we got. What's the ketchup doing there? That was Will Neff. Pulls it for everybody from Philly. If you come for me, just know I'm from motherfucking Chi-Town, baby. Do you always look this excited when you eat a great cheesesteak? Wait, I'm gonna switch back over to the computer and you link that as soon as I get over there. Preston, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Okay, I will have you know too, I haven't consumed anything today besides a breakfast bar, this Celsius, and Shotgun 2 beers, and we still fucking did it. So you guys should see my rug right now. Hold on. Before we go, please look. This rug. What? Oh! What has happened? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna switch this back over. Ugh. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. I know I broke everybody's neck. Wait. Your shirt counts towards your gamer cred? Hell yeah! Let's go! That's right. I got some serious gamer cred. Okay. Me when I love it. Me when it's so good. Yeah, goddamn. Goddamn. In honor of Philly, can we play this clip? Yeah, we dishonored Philly. Right now. I'm gonna yell out the window. Hold on. Wait, what was this again? I can't remember. Oh, this is when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and so I just wanted to like try to pretend to be a part of it. Let's go, Birds! Okay, Farley. Oh, and then Farley joined in. Oh man, that's a classic, huh? The Neff sauce. Oh no.
It needs Will's hot sauce. Why? She looks like she's 4 years old.
Lions high note.
Nate, what up? Thanks for the 19. Paradox, you gotta tell me what movie you want to add to the wheel, by the way.
We're gonna be killed.
Don't listen to them.
We're gonna be killed.
It's Philly. It's Philly.
Catch up!
Oh shit. Cutie Cinderella. What's up? Thank you for the raid. Saw you chopping onions and crying like a little bitch earlier, and I'll just have you know that I'm from fucking Philly and we don't do that shit. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I just made a Philly cheesesteak, and it was awesome. I made a Philly cheesesteak. I shotgunned 2 beers while I did it, and it made it all the better. Raekwon says hi. Yeah, Raekwon says what's up. I know, Farley's watching me. He's like, what the hell is going on? What the hell? Farley just not. He's always concerned. Wait, what is this? Hold on. Why can't I hear shit? Oh, I muted it. Hold on.
Deathbed companion. A loathsome dung eater.
Yeah, tonight was all about Philly, and I do think that they're sending out the bat signal to kill me, to assassinate me, for the Philly cheesesteak that I made tonight. But you know what? As I said earlier, this is what I got for them. So anywho, Zor L, thank you for the 26 months. Welcome in, everybody. Did you see your cameo on my fave podcast, Headgum? No, I did not. I don't even know what that is. What did you do wrong? I did nothing wrong. No, let me be clear. I did nothing wrong. What I did was perfection. You showing that clip of you cheering for the birds might have saved your life. We can tell you're a real one. Yeah, I am. Okay, I just realized that I was so preoccupied that I never told you what we're doing for the second half of tonight, which is film night. So, this is where the Philly theme ends. It's not Shrek 2. I know. I literally gave you no clues because there was a lot going on. There's a lot that was happening. Let me know. Clips popping off on TikTok. Let's go. So stupid. I am blacklisted from Philadelphia forever, but that's okay. Who cares? Who cares? So tonight, I'm getting distracted. Getting distracted by all this shit.
What is this shit? Are we fully glorped?
I do love that it was like, it became kind of a war between Haas and Nico. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest. So I didn't know that Nico had gone into my computer again.
I don't know. I don't know. Why fix it?
Why are the kitchen streams so cursed? I don't know, man.
Okay.
Dude, shit, it's just always fucked up. I want you guys to know. I want you to know. Maple Takes, thank you so much for the raid as well. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. I want you to know that I genuinely spend so long on these Sunday streams. Between, like, deciding what film we're going to watch, deciding what I'm going to cook, and then having to do all this stupid tech, and shit is always breaking. It is always breaking. It just does not want to work. But I do it anyway, and please know I don't just phone it in. Like, I try. I really try. But stuff just always breaks. The contrast in you and Cutie's cooking streams. I know, because Cutie is actually talented. She's talented. It removes the element of like the kitchen is on fire. And so if you want to actually learn how to bake, how to cook, you know, get better at those things. My Sunday dinner streams are not the ones for you. Even though I will say I kind of pull it off sometimes. Against all the haters disbelieving in me. Oftentimes we do pull it off. Someone actually asked that during the stream. Wait. Oh no. Does Caroline do this when Cutie's doing a cooking stream also? Like just to show us the difference? No. So if you're new to my stream, okay. So Will and Cutie used to do like cooking and movie streams when Cutie lived super far away, and it lasted like 3 times because she was so far. And this is, I think, like before I started streaming, or I had just started streaming. And so they stopped doing it. And so I started doing it like, I don't know what, like a year and a half ago. I was like, oh, I think that's great. Let's do it. And then when did I stop cooking? I stopped doing the cooking streams, and then we moved to French Polynesia. And then it took me a while to bring them back. Because I was like, oh my God, it's always so much work. I always fuck things up. It's always just chaos. And it's one of those where like, it's my whole Sunday of planning and prepping, and then shit always goes wrong. But we're back. We're back. We're doing it again. But no, Cutie is like genuinely, I will text her and ask her questions because I have no idea what I'm doing still. It's something that I actually wish it was a skill that I had. I just don't have it. And I don't know if I'm ever going to have it, because frankly, I kind of fucking hate cooking. I really don't like it. And so I think it's something that I've always been like, it's just never going to happen. It's never going to happen because it always feels more like a chore. And I just do not feel natural in the kitchen. I'm like, I don't know, where is even my spatula? I have one pan. I don't even know where that one pan is. I don't even know where the one pan is. It's crazy you've been doing this for over a year. You truly have not gotten better. But here's the only thing that matters. The only thing that matters is, does Will Neff like it? Whatever I serve up, does Will Neff like it? Because that's who I'm cooking for. And if Will Neff likes it, then I'm golden. Then I'm good. That's basically the only parameter is will eat it and like it. And considering the fact that neither of us cook, the one time a week that I do cook, I think it's like a special treat. So no matter what I serve up. Also, Maple Takes, thank you for the 13 months. Cassie Dare, thank you for the 2 months. Anonymous, thank you for Gifted. So whatever I cook up, it's going to be a lovely surprise. You don't have to get better because he's used to this quality now. Exactly. So, okay, I know that I usually like to give movie hints while I'm cooking, but today was like extra chaotic. And I also shotgun 2 beers, so I just straight up forgot. But what we were watching tonight is a comedy. It is a comedy because I, frankly, these days, it's kind of, I'll go back to like watching really depressing, horrible things. But lately, I kind of just feel like I need comedy in my life. So we were watching a comedy, and we were watching a British comedy. So that should that should start to narrow things down. We're watching a British comedy, and it is from the 80s. It's not Monty Python, but the writer and co-director is a part of Monty Python. It's from the 80s. It actually was the 7th highest grossing film the year that it came out. And I think it was the highest grossing British film of all time. Like what the year that it came out. Oh my God, you guys already got it? What the hell? I didn't even get to the rest of my facts. Wow. Okay. Well, anyway, for those who didn't get it yet, it received 3 nominations at the Academy Awards. And this was the year of the Oscars where the widely panned Snow White intro, remember that? We covered it during our Oscars controversies. The Snow White Alan Carr created introduction to the Oscars, which was 1989. This was that Oscars that the film that we were watching received 3 nominations and 1 win. And as you know, there are certain genres of film that historically are shut out of the Oscars: horror and comedy. And usually it has to take a comedy that is just, it's just so good. And it's, it like the performances are like so stalwart and standout enough that it can overcome the not being a drama hurdle. Usually though, with comedy, whenever they nominate or whenever any wins happen, it's usually in the supporting categories. So Kevin Kline won the supporting actor Oscar for this film. And this was what like really established him as like one of the greatest versatile actors in Hollywood, because before that he had made his name in drama. He made his film debut in Sophie's Choice. And so this film that we're watching was Kevin Kline's like showing everyone just how diverse he is as an actor. Like, just, he's not just drama. He is maniacally funny. And so the main reason that I wanted to watch this film is because I do think it's a like comedy classic, but because Kevin Kline's performance is still, I think, one of the best comedic performances of all time. Like, truly, this role that he plays is so diabolical. He's so diabolical. He's so manic, and he's really brilliant. Like, he's really just such a brilliant actor. So what we are watching is a film called A Fish Called Wanda. And originally the title was supposed to be A Goldfish Called Wanda, but it ended up being called A Fish Called Wanda. It is not Shrek 2, but it is a heist comedy film from 1988. I do have beef with Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes, this is true. Anybody who watches my streams know that I'm frequently having beef with Jamie Lee Curtis. However, I am overlooking it. I think also I think it's one of those films too where I appreciate the character though, because she's like the sole main female character in the film. And rather than kind of falling into like tropes and whatnot, the writers John Cleese and Charles Crichton, who then also directed the film, I think they actually make her quite a capable character, which, you know, it's the 80s. A lot of times women in comedy films are not the capable characters. But anyway, I think it's also a great example of like if you don't know British humor, if you don't know if you kind of are new to this subgenre of comedy, I think it's a really good one to watch. Your cameo in a crossover I never thought I would see, by the way. 8 minutes in. I'm sorry, I know this is movie time, but I thought this was cool. Okay, give me 1 second.
This is a headgum.
I have no idea what headgum is. My cameo. Okay, hold on. I'll watch that in 1 second. But anyway, so that is what we're watching. Taco XB. Thank you for the 12 months. What else can I say about it? Blah, blah, blah. This film grossed like almost $200 million. It was an enormous success. And also, because of the success of this film, it helped Richard Curtis, who is one of the most famous British screenwriters, producers, directors. He did 4 Weddings and a Funeral. He did Notting Hill. He did Bridget Jones' Diary. So this made like British, kind of like the oh my God, I cannot speak. Eccentricities of British humor, kind of the it being very different from American humor. It made it palatable to an American audience, and so it set Richard Curtis up for success then when his when he came along and wrote and directed and produced a bunch of really successful British films that did really well in the American market. The guy that also made Love Actually. Yes. Headgum was started by people from Old College Humor. They've had some successful podcasts. Okay, well, I'll make sure to take a look at this. Cary Grant was in it. So actually, it's the character of Archie Leach, who John Cleese plays. And that is Cary Grant's real name. And the reason that John Cleese and Charles Crichton named this character Archie Leach is because they said it was the closest that they would ever be to Cary Grant. Good night, Mr. Sonic Jen. Adam Conover's podcast is a Headgum podcast. Oh, sick. Okay, well, let me watch. I'm honestly like really curious.
But we can't change what we've written for it.
Exactly.
It's
still in kind of an edit WIP stage.
Yeah. We've already, if you're watching this, we've already explained all of this, so we don't need to go into details. But
I
I
thought
feel
we
like,
weren't going to talk about it at all.
well, Marika said not to talk about it at all, but I don't want to treat it like an elephant in the room.
Elephant in the Zoom.
That's really interesting.
Sorry.
Did you just say Casey's the elephant in the room?
What about
He's so smart, and he's and he paints.
Okay.
Never forgets.
All right.
No, it's because we're all avoiding talking about your ass.
All right. What do you guys have to say about me?
Oh
This is
no!
an
I love you as a
intervention.
coworker and a colleague.
Well, you know what? This was supposed to be for later, but
What's happening? I honestly
let's jump
don't
ahead and we
know.
can jump back. Casey,
Because you
can
had
you?
a bad rice. Oh wait, that's not yet.
Casey, can you just look into the GoPro and just say, I disagree?
No,
That's dangerous.
I'm gonna be so for real. I have no idea what's going on because someone told me just go in 8 minutes to this. I mean, I'll promote it. That's fine. I honestly am confused. Jake and Amir's production company. Yeah, I'm kind of confused. Can you teach me how to make my film make $200 million? I wish. I wish I could. You're from Philly. You don't need to know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. I gave too much context to your camera.
This is really
Just say I disagree to the GoPro.
Propaganda
It's
we're
two
not falling
words.
for.
One of them's a letter.
No.
Yeah, but like you're obviously gonna do something nefarious.
No, guys, we're not
I'm
gonna
just
ban the
saying,
chat. Everyone chill.
just
Everyone
you
chill.
as
All
yourself.
right, we got too much Philly attitude right now.
I disagree. If you want to, you can say China disagrees.
That's pretty good, actually.
Oh no!
Not me looking for like any way I can be brought in. I'm like, okay, they mentioned China. I'm Chinese. Like,
I feel like it's like a really tense.
Is that it?
This
is really iffy.
Yeah, but you can always deny that you disagree with whatever he's gonna sort of edit.
We tried to get iffy. We got you. So just say I disagree. Shout out
is that
Iffy Nwangwu.
is that the
All right,
mention?
I guess I'll trust my dear friend Jeff that he's not going to do anything nefarious with this. So I disagree.
We got him.
And then, Grace, if you can just in the edit.
Oh, there's a
swap
tweet of
these
mine.
sequentially. So, hey, Casey, what do you think about this? And then that's when you'll edit.
Chatter, I like that you posted this and I gave too much context. Sweet Pea, there was no context at all.
I disagree. We fight for the rights of immigrants not because they're hardworking, but because they're human beings.
So, Grace, if you could just take when Jeff just said I disagree and kind of put that right here and just cut everything with Casey.
And then
previous.
also,
Okay, it was my tweet. All right. You could have just said that. But thank you for linking. I don't know what this podcast is. I will check her out. Phoenix Phonetics, thank you for the 17 months. But I appreciate you being like, hey, I was watching this and you made a cameo, and me like with binoculars looking to see where I am. I'm like, I honestly, I'm gonna be for real. I thought for a second that I did a podcast and I completely forgot. And I kind of worried that maybe I have early onset dementia. There was a part of me that was like, oh no. Did I do this? And I have no recollection, because that's not good. That is quite worrisome. Thanks for being on my podcast today. You're welcome. I told you it was legendary. I mean, I stand by my tweet, but I don't know if I would call it legendary. But again, thank you for linking that. I believe you might after that Playbox remote. Yeah, I called a PlayStation controller a Playbox remote last night because I could not think of the words. I simply could not remember the words for PlayStation controller. Okay. Caroline, you've been watching this podcast for weeks. What? Where am I? What's going on? All right, y'all. I want to get started. I want to get started here. So, okay. Anything else that I should say about a fish called Wanda before we get into it? There is a character who his thing is like having a stutter, which again is not. It wouldn't be written this way today, but this film is, almost 40 years old. So, I always like to give kind of precursors when we're watching older films and be like, yeah, no, there's a character that the stutter that this character has is as I remember, because I haven't seen this film in a minute, it's used for like comedic effect to the detriment of the character. It's just one of those like, yeah, it wouldn't be written this way today. Is this part of the Fairly Odd Parents universe? It's not part of the Fairly Odd Parents universe. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. But yeah, when I saw that this film was free, I went, ooh, we have to watch this. If only for the reason of watching Kevin Kline's performance. Because it really is, I really do think it's like one of the great comedic performances. And it was so good that he was able to overcome the biases against comedies and against comedic performances at the Oscars. And he won the Best Supporting Oscar for it. Woo! All right. Okay. Alrighty. Hi, honey. Come here. Also have a million ants in my stream room, which is great. It's great. There's just they are marching one by one. I don't know what they want, but they're just a part of the stream room now, I guess. Release BBW, she will eat the ants. No. I think I'm going to have to come up with another option other than releasing BBW, but thank you for the suggestion. We'll take that into consideration and and by that I mean not consider it at all. But okay. Okay, alrighty. Wee. Okay, everyone. So again, this is a fish called Wanda. It is directed by Charles Crichton. Technically co-directed by John Cleese, but he had never directed anything, and so he was like, I'll just be co-director. And it stars John Cleese, Jamie Lee Curtis, Kevin Kline, and Michael Palin. And it is about a group of diamond thieves who pull off a heist and then start to turn on one another. So, here we go. South Africa Minister of Justice. So that is a fish called Wanda, and someone said, are we supposed to be rooting for the guy who left his wife? No. What you need to understand with a lot of British humor is like everyone is kind of despicable. Like they're all like, this film is very mean-spirited and it's very British. For all the bad that the British have done in this world, there is something to their humor being very self-deprecating. Like they are, it's mean. It's mean because they know also like how much they have fucked up a lot of this world. And so they are not, they do not present themselves as like heroes, as likable. You're not like rooting for these people because ultimately at the end of the day, it's like, oh, gee, shucks. Well, you know, we like them even though they have their faults and they're silly. But at the end of the day, they're not the joke, right? They're telling the like an American version. It would be like ultimately the humor is in the jokes that are being said and not in these characters being so just so absurd and kind of all competing to like who can fuck each other over the most. The nasty comments and interactions in Faulty Towers are peak comedy to this day. Okay, if that was your first time seeing a fish called Wanda, put a 1 in chat, please. Put a 1, asshole. I'm actually curious if you've already seen it before. Put a 2 in chat. I want to see who's seen a fish called Wanda as well. Anybody? Disappointed. Cool. What was the middle one? Okay, so how we do film class is we watch and then afterwards we discuss. When did you start doing these movie nights and why these movies in particular? I started doing film class probably, I don't know, y'all. When was my first one? When was my first one? Okay, without looking, when was my first one and what was it? What was the first one that I did? I honestly cannot even remember. No, it was definitely not Die Hard. No. I don't remember. Does anybody remember? Without looking? I know Anon has a list. Anon has a list. I truly, I cannot remember. But anyway, to answer your question, I've been doing this for a while now. How do I pick films? Well, I pick films with rare exceptions that I have seen. It'll mix from like films that I've seen maybe once, maybe twice, to films that I've seen a million times and are, some of my faves. The first one was probably The Mimic, otherwise Jennifer's Body. I think you're right. There is the list for all the films that we have seen. I'm actually curious. I am curious to see. We can go through this. Did you see Fierce Creatures? I have not actually ever seen Fierce Creatures. So Fierce Creatures was the follow-up to A Fish Called Wanda. It's the sequel, as John Cleese called it. It's the equal. He called it the equal. It was not as well received. It's same cast, but it just did not, it was not as well acclaimed, and also just didn't do well as well box office wise, because A Fish Called Wanda made almost 200 million worldwide. It was well acclaimed by critics, and it also was nominated for 3 Academy Awards. It won the Best Supporting Actor for Kevin Kline, and then it was also nominated for like BAFTAs and whatnot. Okay, let's look through. Oh my gosh. So we have Mimic, Jennifer's Body, Mulan, The Invitation, The Endless, A Karate Christmas Miracle. Stop. Oh my God. A Karate Christmas Miracle, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, So I Married an Axe Murderer, Arrival, Crawl, forgot about that one, My Cousin Vinny, another instance of a comedy with a performance that was just so fucking good. And that is, of course, Marissa Tomei, that it beat out the competition, and she won supporting actress for that. Dummy. Oh yeah, I forgot. Minari, The Farewell, Moonstruck, The Birdcage, 10 Cloverfield Lane, Glengarry Glen Ross, School of Rock, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Megan. Oh, I watched that with Emily. That's right. Frailty, Sour Grapes, 1408, All Dogs Go to Heaven, The Illusionist, Crazy Stupid Love, A Simple Plan, Train to Busan, Mean Girls, Oculus, Twilight, the Twilight trilogy, Twilight, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, The Truman Show, Julie and Julia, 9 to 5, Rounders, The Fugitive, Drag Me to Hell, Thelma and Louise, Booksmart, Point Break. Election, This Is Me Now, A Love Story, J-Lo's incredible piece of cinema, Clueless, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Tremors, Memento, Tremors 2, Titanic 2, Heathers, A Simple Favor, The Greatest Love Story, Never Told, Babylon, Titanic 666, Matilda, Chicago, Alien, Back to the Future, Trilogy, Clute, My Best Friend's Wedding, get clued, A League of Their Own, The Abyss, Apollo 13, Charade, The Bear, Primal Fear, Some Like It Hot, Over the Top, Coherence, Night of the Living Dead, The Ginger Dead Man, Elvira's Haunted Hills, An American Werewolf in London, Little Shop of Horrors, Cube, Fences, Poltergeist, Atonement, Die Hard, Labyrinth, 10 Things I Hate About You, Capote, Pride and Prejudice, Best in Show, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, also came out the same year as A Fish Called Wanda, Good Will Hunting, Misery, Dirty Dancing, The Blues Brothers, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Fargo, The Thing, and Hansel and Gretel Get Baked. So, okay, obviously this is quite a range. This is quite a range here. And my new coworker is the director of Cube's cousin. Oh, tell him that we watched it for film class. Wait, there's a second page. Oh my God. Smiley Face, Jaws, Mrs. Doubtfire, Get Out, Moonlight, The Queen, Death Becomes Her, Jawbreaker, A Fish Called Wanda. Whoo! Woo-wee. Thank you to Anonymous for keeping track of all of our films. So yes, there's quite a variety here. I pick a lot of films that are, I have parameters. There are different things I'm looking for when I decide what I'm going to choose for film class. Well, once Amazon Prime Watch Party no longer was available, it meant that options are more limited. So I look and see, what's free on YouTube, what's free on Tubi. And then I kind of tend to pick films that are at least 20 years old. I also like films that are cult classics. I like to do, I like to try and do some themed films. So around Halloween, around Christmas, around different holidays during Pride Month. So there's a range, and there's some films also that I wish I could watch on stream, but I think there are things that I think about as far as, is this going to be like really too nuanced of a conversation to have? Are there going to be things in this film that that Twitch chatters are just too uncomfortable with, and it's going to kind of like maybe ruin the experience? It's not going to be what I want it to be. So there's a lot that I think about. Shrek 2 is too nuanced. No Basic Instinct film night. Yeah, that's one that I'm like, I probably would never watch on stream. I also try to work around Will Neff's film class. He's been doing it for a long time too. Will and I are both really into films. We have different tastes. Like we have, we're very different as film people, but I also am like cognizant of the fact that whatever he watches, like I don't want to do too many repeats. So I'll always be like, what did you watch? I kind of try and keep track. Cause like he watched Saving Private Ryan. I don't think I want to watch Saving Private Ryan necessarily for my film night. And there's a lot of films out there to choose from. What else do I think about? There's sometimes that I have to do my gray box, my TOS gray box. I'll show you. Here it is. Here it is. But also I don't want to pick a film where it's just going to be too much gray box, because then I can't really focus on the film. I can't focus on chat, and I'm focusing instead on like making sure that I get the gray box there in time. And what's the difference between your tastes? I'm really into... Okay, one thing is Will loves he loves action movies. He really is like a huge fan of particularly like 80s action films, like kind of sometimes like more bro-y films, I would say, versus like I love oh god, I hate when it does this. Like I'll like an over the top. That was a Will Neff. That was the night that I said Will picked this film. Will picked this film for us to watch tonight, and it was over the top, and it was one that I had never seen before. And I like how do I describe this? I like cult classic films that usually are like queer cult classic films. So stuff like Death Becomes Her, Jawbreaker, also musicals like Chicago, Little Shop of Horrors, stuff like that. We both really love horror films too. If a film makes you sad, Will's not necessarily your guy. He does not like films that are punishing. He doesn't like films that feel like there's just a lot of suffering in them. If there's not an uplifting ending, he usually kind of he usually doesn't like those kinds of films. But yeah, I like I like dramatic stuff like Atonement, what else? I don't know. Y'all, anybody in here who watches his film class and my film class, like you can tell the difference between our tastes. like Portrait of a Lady on Fire, love that stuff. After Sun, I loved After Sun. Those kinds of films that like are not Will Neff movies. What I love, but yeah, let's talk about A Fish Called Wanda. What I love about this film is it turns the femme fatale trope on its head, and Wanda, instead of ruining Archie, saves him from his dull life. Yes, I like that in this film, the female character, Jamie Lee Curtis's Wanda, is really the most capable, and she's always like one step ahead of everyone else. And that she also, rather than it just being like, rather than it just being she's very tropey and kind of just exists as like, in a lot of American comedies, especially comedies, I would say, of like older decades, female characters are often just like, they're just there to be hotties. They're just there to kind of be objects, and don't really get to be leading type characters. So I like that I like that this kind of flips it on its head. She feels very dynamic as a character. The way that she interacts with every man in the show is also different. Like, she's very smart, and she's very capable. She's capable, and she makes her decisions. And she's often playing a game that like no one is even on her level of it. Following up on your Vince McMahon talk from the other day, did you see the WWE news from tonight? I have not, but just let's hold on to that so I can talk about the film. Okay, so A Fish Called Wanda is a film that John Cleese and Charles Crichton, who worked on this together, they had been wanting to make a film together for a long time. And Charles Crichton had been like pretty retired at this point, and he came out of semi-retirement for this film, and then it ended up being his last one. And he was famous for what were called Ealing comedies. So these were a series of comedy films that included like the Titfield Thunderbolt, the Lavender Hill Mob. These were comedy films that were produced by London's Ealing Studios. And so he made his name in directing films out of this studio. But John Cleese always wanted to make a film together. And John Cleese comes from the world of Monty Python. And so they spent 5 years. Did you and Will broke up? Bro.
Go fuck yourself. I'm done.
Wow, perfect timing. Have you ever seen A Fish Called Wanda?
Love that movie.
We just watched it. Asshole! Disappointed. Asshole. Okay, so anyway, yeah, feel free to report to Dexerto. The hot news, the hot goss. Okay, so they were working on this for 5 years, and John Cleese even like put his own money into the initial stages of it, and then it was inspired by the early Ealing comedies. And what was important was to have actors in like the main cast members who could help develop these characters, because Cleese comes from the world of improv comedy. Like Monty Python was an improv comedy group, one of the most famous in the UK. And so Kevin Kline, Michael Palin, and Jamie Lee Curtis all contributed ideas and helped develop their own characters. And my favorite thing is that Kevin Kline's character was inspired by a Los Angeles self-help guru who he this is like a real life self-help guru who was sometimes, self-help guru who was sometimes called the yuppie guru. And when you know that, and then you look at this character, you can see so much of that because he's a pseudo-intellectual, right? The character of Otto is obsessed with being smart, and he really thinks he is like a top of the line intellectual, and he is really stupid, and he's always misinterpreting. He misinterprets everything from the Buddhist philosophy that he that his character is constantly engaging in, and then also like the philosophical teachings of Nietzsche, and he's so violent for no reason, and he just goes to like these extremes, right? And he gets very triggered if anyone calls him stupid. That's like a recurring joke. And when he was talking about this character, he basically was like, I just thought it was I wanted somebody who believes so deeply in themselves and the things they say, but also are like clearly insecure and easily triggered, and just has this extreme level of narcissism that consistently is getting them into these situations where they are causing all these problems. Yeah, Otto, I'm like a smart person. He reminds me of one of the worst guys I met in college. Yeah, he's terrible. And then also what's a big part of the film is kind of the dichotomy between the Brits and between the Americans. And of course, it's like playing up these stereotypes. Otto just has a gun and is always shooting, causes car accidents because he's driving on the wrong side of the road and is screaming like that he's an asshole, that everyone else is an asshole. So it's like playing into the Brit versus American, but everyone's terrible. Like, they're all awful. You got to appreciate the bits of Monty Python style humor. One of my favorite scenes is Cleese and Palin, who were both in Monty Python, because they're just so good together. And those are like British humors. It's very dry. It's very pithy. There's not usually like versus American humor. So this is kind of a long-standing, not debate, but like discussion of like, what are the differences between American and English comedy? And a lot of times you'll hear that the Brits just understand and use irony and understatement in like every part of their speech. It's very self-deprecating. Like, everything is always very cheeky, very dry, very sarcastic. And so there's no need for like the /s, because it's just a part of it's really a part of their culture, and it's a part of their humor, which they've always prided themselves on. Versus in America, it's much more like down the line. It's much more like direct, and there's not a lot of the irony is just not as prevalent as it is constant in British humor. And also just kind of like the absurdism, the eccentricities of British humor. And so you compare A Fish Called Wanda to like other big 80s comedies, and it's really remarkable that the film did so well. And as I said, what that did then was open the door for Richard Curtis, who is one of Britain's most famous directors. Did 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Bridget Jones' Diary, Notting Hill. it set the stage for someone like him to come along and make these really, really successful British rom-coms, because the success of A Fish Called Wanda, especially in the 80s when you had films like, this came out the same year as Naked Gun. This was a couple years after Back to the Future. You had like all of John Hughes' teen comedies. You had Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And so A Fish Called Wanda comes along, which is like so different from these major American comedies of the 80s, but it was enormously successful. And so it demonstrated like, oh, there is actually an appetite. There is an ability for British humor to translate over to American audiences. And I do think a big part of that is Kevin Kline. Everyone is great. Good night, C. Topher. Thanks for joining. Everyone is, I think the performances all around are great in A Fish Called Wanda. But to me, like, Kevin Kline's performance is just a standout. I think it's one of his best of his entire career. And he's really had such a versatile, remarkable career. But he just is so brilliant. And the thing about the character is supposed to be obnoxiously a brute, and is a pseudo intellectual, a person who thinks he's very smart, and he's not. But Kevin Kline is such an intellectual actor. Like, he's such a brilliant actor that he just plays the ins and outs of Otto in a way that is brilliant. Obnoxious but not flat, Yeah, like he doesn't tire you out. It doesn't get to a point where it's just like, oh, here we go again. Like, he's not one note in that way. He just frequently steals a lot of scenes, and it can be, it's one of those things of maintaining a balance when you have the, when you are the character who's just the biggest and the most outrageous, but still being able to be like over the top, but not in a way that just starts to get stale. The wrong actor could make it start to feel caricaturish. Yeah. His physicality in the film is so good. Kevin Kline is really, really great physical comedy. He plays the, he plays like the caper elements, the like slapstick elements, just so wonderfully. He's a little cunty with it. He is. He's such a menace. And it's also like, it's hard to imagine another actor in that role. And I saw some people mention Robin Williams' name a bunch of times. Robin and Kevin Kline are very different actors. And I think like someone such as Robin Williams in that role, I think he probably would have, the character almost would have become more likable. Like it would have been a little softer, like a little goofier versus being just, so absurd. I think there's the asshole element that Kevin Kline brings, that the way that he speaks lines of dialogue, like how he says certain words and he enunciates like parts of the word that you just have never seen someone do that before. For instance, disappointed. Robin would have been more charming. Kevin's just a straight up sociopath. Yes. Yeah. So I don't think it's a like, was this a role that Robin Williams was supposed to do, or like any comparisons between Robin and Kevin, I just don't I don't think are accurate. I love the scene when they find the case empty. Yeah. And it's fun too because this film is about, it starts off and there's a heist, but it's not about the heist. It's about the like double crossing and triple crossing, and you're introduced to these characters, and then you see like essentially how they behave in just frankly these very atrocious slimy ways. And it's all about the everything that happens like after the heist. The heist is very brief. That's just to kick off the film. But then everything is like the layers of treachery afterwards, and how one of the funniest parts is when Kevin Kline screams about like, what do you do to trust someone? Like, you can't trust anyone these days. How can you trust someone anymore? And this is right after he and Wanda have revealed that all along their plan is to screw over Ken and George. There were at least a dozen times where I felt like his delivery reminded me of Steve Martin. He plays a lot of characters who are like that. Yeah, I can definitely see elements of Steve Martin. Kind of how you go from calm to just scream, like so uncalm. Like just these very extremes. So this film was also nominated for Best Director and Best Screenplay, which is very rare for something that is a comedy. Oftentimes comedies that do well, that get nominated, that win at the Oscars, are really more dramas that have that have comedy parts to them. But this is a comedy. It is more of a black comedy, but there is really not drama elements to it. Ultimately, actually, it's as John Cleese talked about it. It actually is a love story because the relationship between Wanda and John Cleese's character Archie is the emotional anchor of the film, but it is still heavily wrapped in it being a comedy. Oh yeah, the movie didn't say what happened with George. I think the assumption is that George goes to prison, but as I said, I have never seen the follow-up to I've never seen the follow-up to A Fish Called Wanda, and so I don't know if they continue the storylines. I think they play different characters, but I could be wrong. Like, I think it's completely different. In 1988, was sexuality the only way women were shown with agency? No. I think... I mean... Now, were there a bevy of, like, great female roles, especially in comedy? No. What I said though is like what I think also differentiates this film is that Jamie Lee plays one of the main roles, but she is the most capable character in the film still. Like, she's not a side character. She's not like she's not just a stereotype. She's not just kind of a one-dimensional cardboardy female role. I feel like comedy is used when things are absurd oftentimes, even if it's not laugh out loud funny. Well, I think something with British comedy too is that you don't really have these. You don't really have these like big jokes, big like in your face, just kind of, you know, very direct, very, you know, not entendres, not double entendres, not like kind of the subtleties, or sorry, American comedy versus like British comedy, where British comedies just have more of those subtleties where it can be more of a slow burn, and there's not these like necessarily huge moments, you know? Yeah, in Wanda, it's a lot of there's a lot of like slapstick moments, like situational. You have the, you know, you have this ensemble that is constantly just on top of each other, and a lot of the comedic elements being from characters trying to not reveal what their intentions are, you know, a lot of trickery. I just realized what your shirt is. Wait, what's my shirt? I don't know. I took this from Will's closet. This was my Philly look. Does anybody have any questions about the film? Anything you didn't that went over your head that you didn't understand? You need clarification on? Are the fish okay? Yes. As I said, they did not eat real fish. Now, Kevin Kline had said, he's like, I'll eat real fish, but they decided against it. So the fish that were consumed in the scene were made out of jelly. They were not real fish. Why did they name their daughter after a car? It must be a British thing. I don't know. Beats me. What's your fave scene in the film? Probably when Archie shows up to when Otto shows up to Archie's place when Wanda's there to like seduce him. That scene is so funny when he just pops out. He's like, "Hi, that's mine," and then pretends that he's with the CIA. That scene is hilarious. Also, the slow the what's it called, the rolling thing, the roller, the pavement roller, the steamroller, whatever that thing is, the cement roller, that whole sequence with just, I mean, that is so, that to me is like, is very emblematic of the British humor in this film. And when he's just like screaming revenge and death, it reminds me of the scene in Monty Python when they're running, when here, I'll just look it up.
Morning.
Oh.
just there. Like for almost a minute. It's the same shot of him running, and they are not concerned at all. And then suddenly he's just there. I think that's also John Cleese, is it not? Who plays Lancelot? Just not concerned whatsoever. There's a lot of there's a lot of moments in Wanda that you can just see the you can see how John Cleese, who is a part of Monty Python, also is the one who made A Fish Called Wanda. The flowers are a nice touch. The steamroller definitely inspired one of my favorite.
Hang on, I'm gonna floor it.
Yes.
Watch out! Move! Move! Move!
Careful, Austin. Watch out!
Watch out!
Watch out!
Oh, let's go! Come on, let's go!
That reminded me of Roger Rabbit. Roger Rabbit, which also came out the same year. No! Yeah, the difference being that the Monty Python version is like the steamroller is slowly making its way, but rather than being, frightened and screaming, there's no concern whatsoever until right at the last moment.
Inspector! Yes, sir. I was sitting on a park bench just now and I put my coat down. And when I picked it up again, I found my wallet had gone and £15 had been stolen.
Did you see anyone?
No, no one at all.
Well, there's very little we can do about that, sir.
Why do I think Terry Gilliam made Wanda? Because he made Monty Python and the
Do you want to come
Holy
back to
Grail.
my place?
Do you want to come back to my place?
Yeah, all right.
How did the cheesesteak turn out? Perfecto. Some say it was the greatest cheesesteak that was ever made. Any other comments? Any other questions? What else can we say about A Fish Called Wanda? That's another film that it's like, man, oftentimes when we watch films for film class, I go, there's just no way that a film like that, there's no way a film like that comes out in theaters today and makes or if it did, like makes as much money as it did back then. What is the meaning of the title? Okay, so the fish is called Wanda, but if you can't tell, Ken is in love with Wanda. Like, she also uses that to her advantage. And then Otto tries to use that to his advantage because he's trying to one-up Wanda, but it doesn't work. So he is so in love with Wanda that he has named his fish after Wanda. And he's also in love with the fish because it's a fish called Wanda. Have you ever seen Brazil? Yes. He is in love with a fish called Wanda. Is this considered a spiritual companion to Monty Python's work? I wouldn't say spiritual companion. I would say like if you enjoy Monty Python, if you like, British comedies, then I think it's one that you definitely should watch. It's obviously you have John Cleese at the helm of Wanda, and then you also have Michael Palin, who plays a character in the film. Not necessarily a spiritual companion, but definitely like comedy bits and kind of like the style of Monty Python you will see resonate throughout Wanda. Great swan song for director Crichton, 78, when he directed Imagine Retiring, your biggest success. Yeah, this was his last film. I mean, he turned 78 while they were filming, and that was also why they wanted Cleese to direct it, but because he was not really a director and he didn't feel confident in his directing, he just co-directed it. But there were concerns over Crichton's age because he was almost 80. Hopefully the next John Cleese film we watch is Shrek 2. That came out at a time in my life when I was close to never sober. I'll definitely have to rewatch it. If it got nominated for Best Picture, would it get it? No. Does anyone know what won Best Picture that year? That was the Film of the Year. So it came out in 1988. But it was the 1989 Oscars. Yep. Rain Man. So if it got nominated for Best Picture, would it get it? No. I mean, it's so hard for like comedies to even get nominated, let alone win something like Best Picture. You really have to be more of a drama. You know, it's got to be more of like a drama and also comedy. But it's the same thing with horror films. There is just this bias. There is this perception that horror and that comedy are not serious genres, that they are not the types of works that should be awarded at, you know, something like the Oscars, which is crazy because there's still this thinking that it's easier to do comedy and it's harder to do drama, but it actually is the other way around. It's harder to be a great comedic actor. And if you can do comedy, there's an easier transition to doing drama, which is why you have people like Robin Williams, who, you know, were so able to brilliantly transition between them. And same with like Kevin Kline, where his versatility as a comedic actor and also as a great dramatic actor, it's not to say that like doing drama is easy. You know, I think it still is an art form. You know, you're still like, there are varying skill levels, but this idea that like if you can do comedy, or sorry, if you can do drama, then you can do comedy because to do drama is harder, is actually not the case. And it's more of, if you can do comedy, then you can probably do drama. And sometimes great comedic actors actually make some of the most brilliant dramatic actors. And it's the same with horror, you know, that crossover between comedy, you know, great comedians, great comedy writers like a Jordan Peele into horror. Jim Carrey's, yeah, brilliant. Bryan Cranston. Yeah, so many examples, but like it's really hard. It's really hard to be funny. It's really hard. It's hard to make people laugh. Comedy is so difficult. I have never felt like I had good comedic acting skills. Drama all day, every day. But when it comes to comedy, no. Like that's not been something that I felt that I had, that I was particularly strong in. That's so wrong. You're funny AF. Well, maybe like I can be funny on my own, you know, I'm like funny in conversation and just like naturally having a funny personality, but that doesn't like translate to somebody writes dialogue that's comedic. And like, it's not that I can't do comedy. I think
what I was decently good at was doing like I did some Shakespeare comedies on stage. I think I could do comedy more on stage, but comedy on film is something that I just don't feel very qualified in. Your delivery is so critical. Yes. I mean, it's so technical. It's so technical in a way that I think people just don't that I don't think people really understand and like appreciate great comedic actors because of how hard it is. Some comedic actors can also be the stupidest bitch shine.
Hail Caesar! Hail! Only one survivor, sir. Ah! Throw him to the floor. What's it? Throw him to the floor. Oh. Now, what is your name, Jew? Brian, sir. Brian, eh?
Brian,
no, Brian. Ow! The little rascal has spirit? Has what, sir? Spirit? Yes, he did, sir. Spirits, bravado, a touch of daring do. Oh, about 11, sir. So, you dare to aid us? To what, sir? Strike him, Centurion, very roughly. Ah! Oh, and, throw him to the floor, sir? What? Throw him to the floor again, sir? Oh, yes, throw him to the floor, please. Now, Jewish rapscallion. I'm not Jewish, I'm a Roman. A Roman? No, Roman.
Roman.
No, your father was a Roman.
A
Who was he?
Roman.
He was a centurion in the Jerusalem garrisons. Really? What was his name? Nautius Maximus. Centurion, do you have anyone of that name in the garrison? Oh, no, sir. Well, you sound very sure. Have you checked? Oh, no, sir. I think it's a joke, sir. Like, Silius Sodus or Bigus Dickus, sir. What's funny about Bigus Dickus? Well, it's a joke name, sir. I have a very great friend in Rome called Bigus Dickus. Silence! What is all this insolence? You will find yourself in gladiator school very quickly with rotten behavior like that. Can I go now, sir? Wait till Bigus Dickus hears of this. Wait! Take him away! Oh, sir, No, I want him fighting rabid wild animals within a week. Yes, sir. Come on, you. I will not have my friends ridiculed by the common soldiery. Anybody else feel like a little giggle when I mention my friend Bigus Dickus? What about you? Do you find it risible when I say the name Bigus Dickus?
Risible?
He has a wife, you know. You know what she's called? She's called Incontinentia. Incontinentia buttocks. Down! What is all this? I've had enough of this rowdy, rebel, sniggering behavior. Silence! Call in some Victorian guards. You'll seize him! Seize him! Blow your noses and seize him!
God, there's just, I mean, that's classic Monty Python, having characters who are so absurd, but take themselves seriously, where it's like, the other thing too is the difficulty in having ensemble comedic like in a comedy, having an ensemble and just being able to navigate the intricacies of an ensemble, like that is that's also a strength of Wanda, is the ability for no one in the ensemble to get lost, and to also, like, acting wise, you know, you will have a blend of characters who are way more over the top, who are usually the butt of the joke, and then others who have to play kind of more the straight man, or more of like there's, it's like finding absurdities in you know, in characters who are just across the spectrum of being absurd on the paper. They said it's inspired by being in boarding school learning Latin from a serious teacher. Because sometimes that is the funniest shit in life, is someone who takes themselves so seriously and cannot laugh at themselves and cannot stand to not also be a part of the joke. But it's because the joke is that they are so absurd and that they are so self-serious. So the Romans created D's nuts jokes. Who knew? You do learn something new every day. All right. I'll take it. Okay, good luck, pigs. I'm good this time. Okay, wait. Sorry, I'm trying to figure one thing out. So we're trying to get a Night Rain gang together, and apparently Will wants to play, but he's also watching Alone right now, so we're not sure. But hang tight on that. Don't you dare. I mean, I was gonna cut it there because I'm pretty frickin' pooped. Dinner and a movie streams do always take it out of me, but if the boys are looking to do a run, then who am I to say no, you know? They did release 2-player, but according to Nandre, Will Neff really wants to play, but also is currently in the middle of Alone, so who knows? And I was like, if he doesn't respond, then Jay is going to tap in. And that's how it goes. Tonight was wonderful. Thank you. You're welcome. I hope y'all enjoyed. I will not be here next weekend. I am going to Joshua Tree. So I would like to do, I got to figure out if I'm leaving. I have to figure out when I'm leaving on Friday, because we could possibly do film class Friday, and then I would drive to Joshua Tree. But I gotta decide on that one. Thank you for the movie and dinner. You're welcome. You're welcome. Did you see your Mage Arena gameplay?
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Sleep! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Sleep! Lightning bolt! Root! Death! Death!
Fireball! 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 Magic missile! Magic missile! Fireball! Fireball! Love that shit. I love that nerd shit. Thank you for the commentary. You're welcome.
Okay, so anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. I am ready now. I hope y'all enjoyed Sunday's dinner and a movie. And I hope that you join again if this was your first time. The way it usually works is that I attempt to cook something, and then afterwards we watch something that I have hand selected for our community, and then we discuss after. And the hope is always that either you have if you've seen the film that we're watching, that you have a new appreciation for it, or you just, maybe a hit of nostalgia, or if you've never seen it, that you are exposed to something new and maybe something you would not have watched were it not for film class. I know a lot of people say that they do a lot of their film watching between mine and Will's film classes. So happy to be able to provide that for y'all. And, ultimately, I think movies are the best. I have a real deep love for them, and I love all sorts of stuff. And I think it's always good to kind of dip back, take a look back at films that are prior to 2000 and introduce people to stuff that they simply would not know otherwise. And the cooking portion is always pure chaos. That is true. That is true. That movie was a total riot. I'd never heard of it before. And that makes me so happy when you watch something for the first time that you maybe haven't even heard of. It's great. Well said. What was that middle thing again? Outside of your classes, I do not watch movies at all. Well, by golly, gosh, dang it. Then I'm going to have to do these forever. Is your P.O. box still open? P.O. box is currently closed, but we'll be reopening in the future at some point. By grab Thor's hammer.
Shows that the only real dope is the one who sells it or buys it.
Film came out the same year as Wanda. Lunette, thank you for the 27 months. Yeah. Naked Gun, a classic. You were happy with the new Naked Gun? Yeah, I really want to see it. Really want to see it. I've heard good things. I've heard lots of good things, so I'm excited. They're back to my favorite dinner movie when I watched Matilda for the first time. Oh, love that. Love that for ya. Naked Gun Eddington double feature. See you later, Yubi. Liam Neeson, another guy who likes Sneaky, is so funny. Really good. Really good at doing comedy. Yeah, he's really, really funny. Okay, I have to go pee. Okay, what is this? I have to go pee. I'll be right back.
Shrek 2 next week.
And then hopefully we get...
I wish she was cooling me, but so far has not been good. It's been shitty, and I feel awkward as I should. This club has got to be the most pretentious thing since I thought you and me. Well, I am imagining a dark lit place, or your place, or my place. Well, I'm not paralyzed, but I seem to be struck by you. I wanna make you move because you're standing still. If your body matches what your eyes can do, you'll probably move right through me on my way to you. I hold out for one more drink before I think I'm looking too desperately, but so far has not been fun. I should just stay home. If one thing really means one, this club will hopefully be closed in 3 weeks. That would be cool with me. Well, I'm still imagining a dark lit place, or your place, or my place. Well, I'm not
You want to say hi? Never come on the stream anymore. You sad. You a sad boy. What up? Yeah, he's in his mop status. He's looking like a mop.
Are you looking like a mop? Are you a little mop? Are you a little napkin? My little napkin. Hey.
Good boy. Thanks for saying hi. Okay, I'm ready now. Let's start the voice call and see who we got for games. Or I'm just gonna.
I don't know. Me personally, I probably would have just not used the hot dog bun.
Yo.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Nandre.
I need to switch my headphones. Wait, I can't hear y'all. Hold on. Hello?
Well, Will Neff said it was good. Did you see that he added ketchup?
Oh. I saw.
Philly cheesesteak?
Yeah, he's a madman.
Now, to be fair, in terms of tradition, that's not the greatest violation. It's just a little uncouth. It's a little... What's the polite way to say this?
No, it
Troglodyte core?
It was freaking weird. It was
your face after you bit it was kind of fun. When he was trying to grab the bag, your leg kicked up like a Looney Tune. It's so funny. Oh, that was funny.
I know. I didn't want to reveal it, but I also felt bad. I felt bad for my trickery.
I have tips for you for the kitchen, but I almost don't ever want to tell you. It's more fun.
Yeah. Just to leave me to my own devices.
I do. I think you need to self-educate.
Just control an hour.
Well, I don't wanna.
Jay, how come everybody in the summer update of Marvel Rivals is just bare ass naked?
Because everyone's a gooner. That's why. And I just got the skin. Don't judge me.
Nandre, have you ever watched A Fish Called Wanda?
I saw you're watching it tonight. I never seen it.
It doesn't work.
It's good. Well, did you ever like any Monty Python stuff?
I do, but I just haven't. It's just fallen through the cracks. It's in the crevice. It's in my crevice.
It's in your crack.
In your crevice.
Yeah, it's in my.
Oh.
It's in your crack. Oh.
It's in my.
Look who it is.
We have 3 people in games here, I see.
Okay, but hear me out. We
I
have
just show up.
we have duos.
It's okay. I can leave.
We do. We have duos. Let's just play
Hey, you
2.
guys
Okay,
game.
I could leave.
Let's play 2 and 2. It's fun.
Oh, you
Or-
guys game.
What if we play Grounded?
Oh, grounded. A little grounded?
How do I?
A little Grounded?
Is it how long will it take me to install it?
Like an hour? No, I don't know.
No.
How big is? I think it's like 30 gigs.
Let me look.
It's not that big compared to a lot of other games.
I'm just gonna toss this out there.
Yeah.
I would really like to beat this boss.
Same. Yeah, it's 30 gigs.
I'll
29.3.
tell you this. I did learn all the strats. We will kill it.
Alright,
We'll let it bask in glory.
Why don't we do this? We all buy Grounded. We're
Mhm.
all
have it.
downloading Grounded too. Okay. We'll do
mhm.
like it.
one run of the Augur, and by the time we finish it, it'll be downloaded.
Okay.
Yeah. It's already installed.
All right. Let
It's
me
also
buy
on Game
Grounded.
Pass if you don't want to buy it.
I do want. I can't get Game Pass to work. It just keeps telling me to update it over and over again. I don't understand, Microsoft. What's your fucking problem?
All right, I got a PP real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, so how are we doing?
Wait.
How are we doing this split up?
I am.
I think it's working. Hold on. Jay, yeah, I got grounded. Jay, you play with Billy, I'll play with Caroline, and we're gonna be the boss because we're nice with it like that.
Hell yeah. All we need is one attempt.
Wait, sorry, who am I playing with?
We're gonna play because I want to wait for Billy to pee.
That's fair.
All right, we're gonna go another call.
I'm afraid to look at what that TikTok is. I'm scared.
Wait, how are we gonna beat this though if freaking Andre's the only one who knows?
Yeah, he didn't even tell us.
I
the
feel
strat.
like
What a-
we should
what
just
the
do the
hell?
first 3 who were ready to go.
I mean, I'm
You
down with
know what
that,
I'm
but I can
saying?
also sit.
You know what I mean?
It's okay. Don't you worry a thing.
Caroline, join the other call.
What other call?
Nandre, what are the secret strats?
Oh, did you just hold on? You just called me. Am I supposed to be? What? I don't understand what call I'm supposed to be in. Nandre.
And
I'm
then
wait, I'm in the other call.
I know I'm coming. I told you go there, but now I'm lackadaisical. Yeah, you'll figure it out. You guys got it. You're gamers.
Where's the other call?
They're going into another call. We're doing.
We're doing 2 and 2. We'll do duos, Will.
Oh,
So everyone can play.
God. All right, we can do this.
Yeah, yeah,
Jay,
yeah.
I believe.
So it's Jay and Will. Okay, and then me and Non. Okay. All right.
Man, am I right?
Frickin' M words.
Can I get an RT chat?
M words.
Can you
Know
read
what I'm
Tum?
saying?
All right.
Frick, I left my game open all night. I wonder if it's broken.
Oh, I noticed.
Wait, you already saw?
Oh, we all saw that you had it open all night.
How did
I
you
opened
see?
because you were in the middle of talking about the movie, and I opened up to invite you, and I saw you already had it open.
Frick.
And I was like,
Okay, I'm gonna have to
there's no way she remembered to close it.
He.
Running up the numbers.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Let me close this.
Okay, I need to do this, and then I need to do this, and then I need to do this, and then I need to do this, and I need to do this.
Okay, so you just sent me a new invite. I'm gonna hit play game.
Jimmy, stay right here.
In. Oh, my poor computer.
Jimmy, oh my god. You should let them know the sword beams destroy the bubbles and lasers. Yeah. So you know, like when